treasure?
Tesoro.
That's me, right? I'm the treasure?
I'm the tesoro.
No. You're the leader. I'm the tesoro.
Io sono
Il tesoro. No.
il tesoro.
Io sono il tesoro.
Io sono il tesoro.
No, non è vero. Bugie.
I'm the tesoro.
Questo qua, guarda, è matto, fuori di testa, ma sai cosa vuol dire? Ok.
What she said.
I just said you're out of your mind.
Oh, I'm gonna get you.
That's what you get, you see? God got you. For not recognizing who the tesoro is. Who's the tesoro? Say it again. Who is it? Who's the tesoro?
Io. You. How you say you? Two.
Now I'm gonna say to you in Tigrinya. Sinistra Atgeber. Ok, ragazzi, dai, cominciamo. Shall we begin?
All right. Let's. I know that said begin.
Bravo. Bravissimo.
All right,
Hey,
y'all.
hey, welcome back.
Welcome to our channel, Meeting to Keste and Jones. I'm Living Ishe Reviews, and this is
Lisa, also known as the Alkali Yogi or Il Tesoro.
She is the Tesoro.
All right, guys, we are back for another recap and review. Not so much of a mukbang today. What we have instead is a decaf
It's a
cafe latte.
decaf bang.
Decaf bang. Wait, shall we cheers to our decaf cafe latte? It's early evening, and as your holistic lifestyle coach, I would advise you to get off the caffeine stat because caffeine has a 6-hour half-life span. That means in 6 hours, you are still holding on to 50% of that caffeine in your caffeine. And if you are a person that has struggled with insomnia, depression, anxiety, you want to get off the caffeine.
Sounds like a commercial.
Switch to decaf, and you won't be missing out on anything.
All righty. All right. So we are here to review 90 Day Fiance.
Before the 90 days, season 5, episode what?
11.
Bravo.
11.
Ecco, vedi?
11. That's how we say it.
Bravissimo. All right. Let's get started because we want to make this concise and clear. So, this episode, unfortunately for us, opens up with Usman and Kimbali post their night of fun.
He done caved in and he hit no.
Well, according to Usman, he had a good time. He went 4 times, which I believe are all lies. Who goes 4 times? Who?
I mean, he could go 4 times, but with that, her, he must have had some, I don't know, he had some kind of natural root.
We didn't even see any pressure building up or chemistry building up that would even indicate that they would have that they would need 4 rounds to get it out of their system. You get me?
Yeah, that was weird.
It was a little too much.
She is just like on this mission. It's like a sex tourist mission. She is
What he said.
just all trying to get this man's, chocolate scepter, his sword. That's all she been talking about.
I know.
Is the meets with this guy.
She
and
didn't
like, no, she flew all the way
For
to
sex.
Africa for sex, basically.
Basically. So nobody told her that Tinder is an app that would have gotten her the same results, more or less, and it would have kept her in the United States of America. But whatever, I digress.
And then I hate the way she's an expert on black men.
Black
Like,
penis.
Yeah.
It's different out here. It's the African way, which is insulting
It's insulting on both ends.
because it's objectifying us.
Exactly. And she's helping to perpetuate this fake wedge between African Americans and Africans on the continent.
Pay attention to
We're
what he
all
said.
Africans in America. And she's trying to say, oh, the African black peen is better than the black peen in America.
But Kimberly, to that, I would say to you, and first of all, let's just rewind it back. The false wedge, okay?
Yeah.
I want you to take that, let that seed simmer, and germinate.
She is trying to separate. And you know, her son is black. I'm sure. I don't know what the father was, but she's just tripping with this. And she is sick. Like, I'm just sick and repulsed by her.
Show me the stats, show me the data, show me the science, not the kind that the CDC produces, but real science that shows me that there would be a difference because men are men, human are human, and African Americans came from where?
Africa.
Period.
So
So on that note, we shall carry on. That was very
she
traumatic,
is the utmost.
not desirable to watch.
She is the one expert on these. I mean, she's making these jokes for herself. She's just doing all the work for everybody.
Not for nothing, but if her son Jamal wants to divorce himself from his
I'd be
mother,
embarrassed if I was her son.
Jamal, if you want to divorce your mom and cut old ties, I don't even blame you because she is objectifying black men like you, sir, like yourself. Okay? And she's participating in sex tourism.
That's what it is. Let somebody
Period.
do that to her son. I don't know how she would feel. You know, let a white woman objectify her son or all
That point.
mixed
That
black
point.
men. You know, it's just weird. It was so weird. Now, even though I don't know if she was joking or she said it in jest, but it's just a dumb thing. Like, she's been saying a lot of dumb things this whole trip.
Too many to count.
I mean, she was like giving him ultimatums. If you don't give me the peen, then I'm out.
When does that even work? That's never, I'm not even not knowing, like, when does that even work? I would have called her on her bluff if I was Usman.
Yeah.
It's not like Usman couldn't just call up some other PYT in Tanzania, including that artist that they met up with.
Usman, bro, I don't know how you summon. You must have called and the ancestors and ate some, all kind of roots and stuff to get excited enough. If you did go 4 times, I don't know what consists of 4 times. Maybe it's something else, but man, I don't know how. I don't know how you could. I don't know how it worked. Mine would not. I just would not work.
All right, let's move on from those two because
Okay.
it's really quite depressing.
All right, let's go.
All right, next. Oh, an equally depressing couple, actually, Ben and Mahogany.
Is that where we going?
That's where we're going because the next scene takes us to Ben in the toilet applying sun bronzer or something.
The orange spice.
With the glitter. Why did you even have to mention that you have a makeup artist? If you're not on set,
Man, he is so metrosexual.
like if you're not on set, we don't want to hear this. I don't think even Mahogany would find this attractive because granted, she's a young woman, but she's a young woman that is in a very macho type of,
Climate.
culture, we'll say. Yeah, so the whole makeup artist thing, I think you could have just used your inside voice and just said, I'm putting on some bronzer or better still, some SPF would have been better.
Yeah. I might have worked in the Dominican Republic.
So he's getting ready to go meet up with Mahogany. This time they're going to meet up at a pier, it seems, or like a beach area. And then they go for ceviche. So it was a nice little moment. We see a little bit more of the panoramic views of Peru, which, by the way, Peru looks beautiful. And for any native speakers, 100%. Because ayahuasca, in a very respectful way, not to get high.
Nope.
It's an homage to our ancestors and to the medicine provided by she, Mother Earth. So in a very respectful way, we plan to go and participate in some healing medicine. But I've digressed. Native Spanish speakers, let me know if my ear is hearing this correctly, but it sounds like the Peruvian Spanish is a lot closer to Spanish, meaning from Europe, minus the that they add in Spain, obviously, but it just sounds like a very different, sort of a cleaner, crisper Spanish than in some of the other South American countries or Central American countries. So yeah, anyways, I quite enjoy it. What I'm trying to get at is I really enjoy listening to Peruvian Espanol. It's music to my ears.
Yeah, and I used to eat that Peruvian roast chicken.
Oh.
That was the best rotisserie. But anyway,
The best?
it
Have
was.
you had Jamaica's jerk?
Well, okay, never mind.
Boston Market. Come
Now,
on,
real
rude
jerk-
boy. Come
Real
on, rude
jerk
boy.
is, I was trying to be nice to the Peruvians, but yeah, I mean, nothing beats Jamaican jerk. But
Boston Market.
if I put on a chicken scale, which I don't eat anymore, but I remember chicken scales, Peruvian and Jamaican, right neck and neck.
Well, I didn't get a chance to enjoy Peruvian chicken, but I've had plenty of jerk chicken in my life. Granted, that was a lifetime ago because, like living Ishe over here, I do not eat carcass anymore. No shade.
No, we don't do it. But I enjoyed seeing the, little landscapes that we saw. I just don't like this whole couple. I don't like this whole segment because it seemed real made up on both ends.
Yeah.
All three ends. On his end, I think he's acting. On her end, I think she was hired. And on the show end, I think they just made this whole thing up because they had some space. They couldn't get another couple. I'm just not buying anything in this whole thing. But they played it off pretty well because they went to her home. Or was that?
Wait, before that,
Not her
actually,
home.
they're sharing, it seems like some ceviche, which according to Ben is the spiciest thing that he's ever tasted outside of ketchup.
Well, yeah, they don't participate in the spiciness.
Where's he from again? Is it Utah?
Michigan.
Ah, surprising that you've not had. Have you even had Mexican food, or are
What's
you
up?
like Mark from Married at
Never
First
had a
Sight?
taco.
Right.
I know he's never had an empanada until he got there.
There's just no
He
excuse.
was ordering it like he was ordering something, and she was like,
Right.
and they were eating it with forks and knives. Anyway,
Anyways, glad that
don't-
you enjoyed the ceviche, Ben. Sorry, what were you?
oh
going
no,
to
no,
say?
no, the ceviche, yeah, that
Glad that you enjoyed
ceviche
it,
is good.
and glad that you're expanding your cultural exposure outside of what you have known and seen in Michigan. So in any case, Gino, and then it jumps over to Gino and Jasmine. Gosh, another train wreck.
Oh man,
Another train wreck. So now we see them packing up. They're about to leave the island because after their big blow up, they've decided that they need a change of scenery. So they're over the bed as they're both packing up their luggage, and they're sharing what they took from each other in case they, needed to keep some memorabilia to remember each other by.
oh my God, is this when she found the toothbrush, right?
This is when
That she threw. No, he
this is
found
before
it.
that. This is
Oh, okay.
this is when he admitted to taking one of her nails. She had his
Right,
T-shirt, but he picked
Yeah.
up one of her Lee press-on nails that
One
had
of
fallen
her
off.
for a keepsake, just like a serial killer would. You keep you keep little things. I'm surprised. I'm
From your
sure he's
victims.
got a pair of her panties somewhere
her
in
victims.
his bag or something. A bra, a set. I'm sure he got a lot
Allegedly.
of her panties. Yeah.
We're not trying to get sued here, but
Well, he just
allegedly he
he
seems
fits the profile. I'm not a
unusual.
profiler, FBI profiler, but I'm sure he'd be. Some of his actions are pretty much what they see on their list when they're
Right.
profiling. But anyway,
Did you find it odd that they were able to make up so quickly after she literally went not to 100 but to 1,000, and then seemingly the next day they kiss and make up?
that's how it is with crazy girls. 1 to 100. Next day, I don't know what
You know
happened.
what? You're not actually wrong about this.
All right, so
You're not actually wrong about this. But when I see it, because even though I know I've done this, I'm going to just call it myself out because, listen, I'm East African, born and raised in Italia, lascia stare. But when I see it, I'm disturbed by it, even though I know I have done the same thing.
I'm just sipping my coffee.
But I don't go to 1,000.
No,
Her
999.
1,000 is probably for me like a 20 maybe out of 1,000. I mean, I do yoga and meditation. It helps.
Well, those days are past, so I'm glad I'm not experiencing those days.
You're getting a wiser more mature alkali yogi.
Hey, there we go. And so that while they finding things,
They're
is
planning.
that when he found the toothbrush or she found her toothbrush?
Eventually he goes to give her back the toothbrush that she had gone out and thrown into the rainforest, and I guess he
what's wrong
went
with this dude?
he went looking for it.
Why would you go outside and pick up, what is he, like a cat? Like a dog just dragging stuff in?
I mean, like
that toothbrush is full of dirt and microbes and
who knows what
all
crawled
kinds
up in
of
there.
craziness.
It's just
Stuff-
weird.
I mean, it's natural stuff from the rainforest. She ain't gonna use that toothbrush. Like, what is this guy is like? He is really strange.
One of
I
a
mean,
kind,
we
allegedly.
already knew that, but he is, gosh. And okay, so
So whatever. So they have kissed and made up. They're packing up to leave, and their next destination is to go and visit Jasmine's hometown to meet
Chidiki.
Jasmine's
Her
mother.
mom.
But
Nah.
from here, before we get to meet the mother, we actually jump over now to Mike and Yamana. I'm really beginning to think that all of these people were hired. None of these relationships are believable to me right now.
I don't know. Mike
None
and
of them.
Jimenez seem like, yeah, they met online somehow. That one seems like real for
That
me.
seems real to you?
Yeah, because she was
So
just
puzzled.
like going for the gusto at first, but then she figured out I really can't handle, like I was like the money was a good motivator, but money ain't everything, because this Mickey Ficky is gross.
She is grossed
He is
out.
disgusting.
Yeah.
There's so many disgusting people in this season.
Right. So the two of them end up going bridal gown shopping, which should be a very joyous occasion for the bride. But of course, for Yamena, it's not, because A, she's having to go with Mike, who she's not into at the moment, if she ever was, and her mom and her sister are not available. And it is a very emotional, sensitive time getting a wedding dress, so I could see why she would have wanted her mom and her sister there. But that doesn't negate the fact that the level of disgust that she is showing us at this point has more to do with the fact that she is repulsed by Mike than it has to do with the fact that she's shopping for a wedding gown without her mom and her sister. What say you?
Lips poked out the whole trip. She's so bad. She's just so disgusted to be with this guy. And why she gonna like make him feel bad by saying, why are you coming anyway? He's spending the money, you rat. You
No
hood
gratitude.
rat.
No gratitude at all.
I was liking her before. Like something about her I
Me
liked.
too.
I thought she was like really I thought she
Grounded.
was gonna be cool,
Yeah.
But then she just acting like, what is she, 25?
She's 24.
24. Yeah, she's she that front only lasted for so long. And
Yeah.
she was just making the dude feel bad. And then how about her, is this when the ultimatum happened, right?
Not quite. This is still just them going to the store there in the cab, but it was just. It
Oh,
wasn't
that whole trip when they still talking through
Yeah.
this translator.
still talking to this translator, but she's giving really horrible body language. There's not been any affection. And it seems like the person that we thought was like cool, easygoing, grounded, and was like genuinely wanting to have a family with someone who was happy to help her raise her boys, despite the fact that she can't give this person a child of their own. It seemed like, she was very grateful for having found someone that would be prepared to still, be with her and build a life with her. The first trip. The second trip, we've seen a completely different side of Yamena, which leads me to believe that she was just showing up with her representation
Yeah.
the first
she
time
is.
around, because
she did a
she's
180.
She a full 180 from being calm, cool, and collected, easygoing, to being a brat, to throwing ultimatums. I mean, she's not thrown out the ultimatum yet, but we're going to get there. To just being rude and not even attempting to make him feel comfortable or wanted or welcome, given that he's made another sacrifice in order to go down to Colombia to be with her. But it is what it is. Things continue to get worse after
He
this
should have
point.
known after she didn't come pick him up at
Right.
the airport. And that first night when she went out, I'd have been like, I'm gone. Just
Yeah.
saying. I'll go pick up another Colombian somewhere.
Let me just open up Tinder real quick and see who else is in there.
Shoot, he can walk down the street throw a rock and it'll hit somebody that looks better than her or as equal. They all, there's a lot of people out there. Anyway.
Okay, moving on from one train wreck to another. Literally, we have Hamza and Memphis still on the rooftop, still trying to decide whether or not they're going to get married. Hamza says he's scared of her.
Yeah, because her history, he's like, I'm just going to be the next one to go down in your
Husband
line
number
of
3.
Yeah. She ain't making it, she ain't making him feel safe and secure. But notice how he didn't say that he don't feel safe and secure. He just said, I'm scared of you.
I'm scared of you. If you're wondering about the safe and secure reference, it's from Love is Blind. Shane, who is like, with Natalie, I feel safe and secure, but with Shayna, it's just a little bit more flirty and fun.
We just own our job too much.
Ishay was like, I've never heard a man say,
that.
I feel safe and secure with this woman.
Don't say that. I'd rather say I'm scared of you than to say that. I would say that. Give me that I'm scared of you. That can mean better. Like I don't trust you. You might stab me when I'm sleeping, kind of thing. I'd rather go through all that than to say you don't make me feel safe and secure. Or I feel safe and secure with you, honey. All right.
It's a role reversal all over the place. The world is truly upside down, folks. Truly upside down.
It is.
So anyways, they end up making up, and then just before this scene ends, Memphis decides to throw a wrench into all of this now that she has somehow managed to sweet talk him into, okay, fine, we'll get married. She's done a little two-step, and he's like, all right, fine, I still want to marry you, so we'll get married. And then she's like, well, there's something I have to tell you. This portion for me is complete filler. It was so unnecessary. I said this even in the last review. Who the F cares that you spent a night or 4 nights with your ex-husband? If you guys were married, if you have children together and nothing sexual happened, then it is perfectly normal that you would lean on each other, be friendly towards each other, be a support system for one another, so long as there are boundaries there for whatever new partners come into the equation. When a couple has, even if they're not together, and you can speak on this better than me, but when a couple that's had children together, even whilst they're no longer together, there's always going to be some type of communication or connection, even if they're able to remain friends, that I don't think people like me or Hamza can fully appreciate because we've not been in that situation. So do we need to know the ins and outs? If nothing is going on, no. Mm-mm. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I mean, I had that situation happen. I was dating someone, and I had to go to my ex-wife's house when she had to take one of the kids to get a something, and I had to sleep over because the kids are small. When she wasn't there, I was there with the kid, and they were kind of, angry. It's just a maturity thing, and a secure thing. Yes, it's a maturity
an honesty thing. Well, no, it's a respect thing, right?
Respect, yeah.
Because if whomever you were dating at that time, whether or not your ex-wife was in the home or not, if you were respecting the person that you were dating at that time, then the assumption is that you will respect the fact that you're in a new relationship, even whilst you're still needing to obviously communicate and have, rapport with your ex-wife. So that's why for me this was like not even a real storyline. I think they just threw it in there.
You'd be surprised how many, people are that, like, not mature at that level yet. But yeah, it could have been a filler. I'm just like trying to think of the whole, she talking to him and she's explaining it. Like, that didn't even seem like a real fight. I mean, that could have been like this. Okay, let's drop it. Let's move on to the next subject.
Especially after she said nothing happened. Yeah, especially after she said nothing happened. There was no sexual interaction of any sort. No intimacy of any sort. I think at that point it's dead.
Yeah.
The conversation is over. Oh, okay, I get it. This person's always going to be in your life because you have children together.
Yeah, actually, I don't think she really had to say anything because that was before they were even a couple, right?
Or had met in real
or
life.
yeah. So
How can we negate that
he
element of
wasn't.
it?
Yeah, they wasn't really belonging to each other.
No.
I just think, yeah, she went about it she just went about it the wrong way.
I'm actually going to blame production on this one. I think you guys are looking to put fillers in to drag this storyline out, and I think you all need to do better. At this level that you're playing at, with the attention that you're getting globally for this show, and I know it's a global international hit because all my friends in Europe watch it. Even when I'm in Norway, it's on the telly. So it's like...
Dang, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, so I know you're getting that money, right?
I just thought they only watched it for Benjamin.
No. All my friends overseas watch it, so I know you're getting that skrilla. Do better, please, with the storylines production. I'm going to give Memphis a pass because I believe that she was talked into this whole nonsense. Anyways,
They used to
moving
be
on.
my favorite couple, but now they're not.
So now, where are we? We are back to Gino and Jasmine. It is getting increasingly difficult to speak about them. What we know for certain, though, is that Jasmine wears the trousers in this relationship. She does not want to be led. She wants to do all the leading. Now, I don't know how that's going to work out for her, but I will say this. Between the fact that she wears the trousers, and she clearly has no respect for Gino, and Gino clearly has no respect for Gino, I don't know what to make of this relationship, because at this point, they're in her hometown.
Of Chiriquí.
In David.
Is in the interior. I've been there.
So wait. So you... okay.
Yeah, I've been there. And, it's, for all intents and purposes, people from there move to Panama City. It's kind of like, coming from the south, going to
the north.
Or anterior to the city.
For economic advancement.
So basically, she's considered a country chick. She's trying to act like she's fly and all that, but she's from the country.
Like she's a professor, which she might be. I don't know. I know she's in some sort of teaching role.
And they have a lot of pretty girls there.
I mean, there are beautiful women in every country.
Yeah. But, that place, they have some good festivals. And,
okay.
But it's a nice place. All I'm saying is a nice place. Carry on.
No, so basically I was just going to say that because Gino can't even go out for a walk without asking Jasmine for permission and having to, there was a process.
She's a policeman now.
She said, what's the process? And he said, what?
He has to report.
To report and document or something along those lines. And she says, good boy.
Yeah.
Literally like she's speaking to a dog.
He literally got to report his every move. He got to send her
but did you catch
screenshots.
Yeah.
Where he's at. Probably if they had Apple, I think he's an Android because he's weird. No, I'm just joking. I'm sure they send
the
location. Yeah, he has to send her the location. I mean, what is he going to do? He can't speak Spanish. Oh, well, he's white. So, I mean, but he still got to. What is he going to do? He ain't going to do much.
In an hour or so, you think
so
he's going to go out
lame.
and he's going to bone somebody out in the streets of Chiriquí? David? I don't know.
Yeah. She's I think somebody like her definitely needs a stronger guy with a backbone. Not a mean guy, but somebody with more backbone. Because, man, she going to run this dude ragged. Like, she going to take so much out of him. Like, it's just going to build up and bottle up. And he probably might explode one day. But I don't think they're going to get that far.
I don't either.
And the whole thing with it, is this when we go to her house? To the mom's house?
No, not yet. But this is when, after he gets permission to go for a walk, he goes and buys her a ring.
He's shopping for a ring, and he is cheap as hell. He was scoffing at $900. I mean, go up 1,000, 15. You really love her. But you ain't working, but you do have money. You shouldn't be getting married if you don't have any money in the first place. But those rings he was looking at, and then what did he settle on, a $250 ring?
Something like that. I can't imagine that they're real.
I know.
Right? The diamond is not real. It must be just like a cubic zirconia or something.
The gold might be real because gold is there, but
not the
Wow. I was just like, man, you really gonna give her she gonna look at that ring and be pissed off. He does not learn. He has not learned one iota of what a woman wants, what they like, what she likes, what his woman wants and likes. I mean, he don't remember the cheapness with the toothbrush, with everything else, the pregnancy tests and all that stuff.
and poor taste.
She said she hates the style. He should have got somebody to help him pick out a ring. I mean, this guy is just dumb. Like, he's an engineer. He's smart.
He's an engineer?
Yeah.
Wow. He is book smart then, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but he is so just an idiot.
He's emotionally, excuse me, emotionally unintelligent. And if you're an engineer, sir, if indeed you are an engineer, let me give you a small piece of advice. The rule typically is actually when purchasing an engagement ring that you buy something that is the value of 2 months' salary. This one here is rolling his eyes. He's like, yeah, okay.
That's like
I'm just
buy a
saying,
new car.
the general rule is, now you're showing off, big earner.
No,
Big
I'm
money.
saying him.
But generally speaking, the rule of thumb is 2 months' salary for an engagement ring. But whatever, I digress.
I mean, he could do
Certainly here,
he could
that's
do a
the
quarter
case.
of his salary, just
He would
something.
still do better.
I mean, if you're gonna give her a promise ring, that's one thing, and then upgrade. I don't know, but a lot of women don't put their worth and value in a ring, but she does. That's why he need to get something more expensive. If he's
Yeah.
with a sensible woman,
Right.
somebody who's cheap like him and likes to save money, don't like spending money, he'd be good. But he don't realize what kind of woman he's with.
No, and she's a bougie woman, and I don't mean that in any sort of derogatory way because I'm self-professed bougie as well. I mean,
like
I'm low
bougie
maintenance bougie, but I'm like bougie. Yeah, he knows. So with a woman like that, you should at the very least, and this is why I say he's emotionally unintelligent, you should have at least checked in with her for what she likes. Because you were looking at gold bands, white gold, you were looking at different solitaires. Some people are very specific about that, especially an engagement ring, because it's something that they will potentially wear for the rest of their lives every single day. So it doesn't hurt to have a preliminary conversation as to, hey, when we're ready to get engaged, most women would appreciate this. When we're ready to get engaged, A, what's your ring size? And B, and let's start with that. And then what have you dreamt of? Well, what would you ideally like for that once we get to that point? But my thing is, I don't even understand why they're even wanting to get engaged. They don't even get on. I've not seen them laugh. I've not seen them enjoy themselves. I've not least seen them having good banter. Like, what would you be marrying at this point? Somebody that you can barely get on with, that you're literally scared of.
Yeah, and then I mean, I didn't know he wasn't working. So it's even worse. Like, this is a train wreck ready to happen. And, she wants something she can brag to her friends about. That's what kind of woman you got.
Yeah,
If she can't brag to anybody, it ain't worth nothing.
that's true.
You think she bragged about a electric toothbrush?
No.
Her teeth looked pretty white to me before you got there.
Her teeth were doing just fine. She wants a rock that she can put on the gram.
Yeah.
That's what it is. So anyway, so he's doing that. She's taking a nap. And hopefully, Gino, at some point, you'll grow some balls. Now, back to Ben and Mahogany. So, Mahogany welcomes Ben to what allegedly is her home. I'm calling BS. I believe it's an Airbnb. What say you?
Yes, absolutely an Airbnb. It's got a surfboard. It's barely empty. Like a young woman like her, 22, she gonna have all kinds of shit around the house.
Pictures of friends, trips that they've taken,
trips,
right?
like
Little trinkets, girly
knickknacks
things.
and- yeah, it's gonna be her style. That looks like some 30-something-year-old dude who travels to Europe and everywhere else half of the year. It just looks like a dude's pad. Like, she ain't fooling nobody. She was barely
fooled no
sitting in
one.
a room.
She fooled no one. And
No
that's the
clothes
thing.
are hanging around. Shoes.
Right.
She would have shoes, clothes, all that stuff.
It had no essence of femininity. So that right away off jump tells me that this is not a woman's home. Even if she had rented this from a woman host, she didn't. She rented this from a male host. Okay, a woman host, I would have been able to tell. I would have seen little nuances that would have tied the place in a more feminine way, in a more girly way. She's a very young woman. She's obvious. This is the best time in her life. You know, she's young, she's free, she's cute. She's got everything going for her. Her whole life is in front of her. We don't see any images of her friends, interests of hers, nothing. So I don't know who she thought she was fooling. Mahogany, you weren't fooling us, though.
She is an Airbnb entrepreneur.
I mean,
you know the Airbnbs. So.
I'm in the business of Airbnb. I have stayed in Airbnbs everywhere, literally from Tokyo to Tel Aviv. Okay, so I know the Airbnb landscape really well. This is not
Y'all ain't fooling nobody. Only Middle America.
Well, and even Ben wasn't fooled, and he's from Michigan, who's never had anything catch on.
Yeah, he did catch on. He was like, I don't believe. So that's why I'm like, this whole thing is just so weird.
How many lies has Mahogany told thus far, and Ben is still in this? Like, how does he think that he can build off of this into anything long term?
Well, when I see them two, I don't know. When I see them two together, it looks like another sex tourist situation.
But you know, they did say that they weren't going to have sex because they're both Christian until they got married.
That's what they say, but when he's married, he's gonna be doing some.
I just don't see how they can. I just don't see how they can even make it to a wedding. I mean, they're not even. I'm not seeing any chemistry between them. Have you?
No, they don't even touch each other.
Well, it's mostly her. Like, she's the one that's. He tries to kind of lean in and I think be affectionate, but she's not really having it.
Nah.
I'm not seeing anything there. So, anyways, now we are back. So, anyways, Ben comes. We're just waiting for the parents, but we're not at that part yet because Mahogany's parents are going to come around. Oh, by the way, in this scene, Ben goes, so there's a bedroom here with a double-sized bed and a bunk bed. Where do your parents sleep? And she says, my parents don't live here.
Oh, wait a minute. She did live with her parents.
She did live with her parents because outside of the United States, it's actually kind of culturally the norm to stay at home until you're either really, really established in your career, which is normally much later in life, not in your early 20s, or until you get married. So it's more believable to me that she would be still living with her parents.
Yeah.
Because that's not unusual outside of the U.S.
Even if her parents had money,
right,
she would still
be living at home. And that's a cultural thing.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I'm not buying it.
I'm not buying it.
She had a car, but I don't think that was her place. Like, I don't know what she does. I think it would have been like, you know, you would always hear about her work if she had a career.
Mm-hmm. If she was a professional like that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, she speaks really good English. She could have some money, you know, because if you speak really good English and you ain't, I don't know. There's a lot of, most time you run into black people down in South America, a lot of them speak English because of the Caribbean thing. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. She is, yeah. Anyway.
It's a hot mess. Mahogany, it's a hot mess. Ben, though, I look to you because you are more than double her age. You should know better, but I digress. Let's go back to the other mess back over in Tanzania. We are back with Usman and Kimberly. So they are at a spice market, if you can call it that. It's like an outdoor space. A lot of aphrodisiacs, apparently, with the spices, the cloves. Ooh, I can't wait to go there with you. Sounds like it's a great date opportunity.
Well, we going to Nigeria first?
Yes, that soon come. Maybe we'll find a spice market there. But anyways, so they are partaking in the different aromas and sampling different spices and kind of feeling romantic and cute and fun. But then Usman says that he has some big information or a big secret that he needs to reveal to Kimberly. I love it.
What was the the secret?
Mm-hmm. But wait, before we get to the secret though, we're actually not there yet. Usman goes, I think he said this the first time around when he was on the show. Those of you that are new to 90 Days, this is not Usman's first go around with 90 Days. He actually was with another American woman named Lisa, who he married and is now divorced from. But the thing is, he goes on to say that his culture, the Nigerian culture, and I think he meant to say religion, prohibits him from being affectionate with Kimbali in public. I believe he meant to say his religion, not his culture, because I am a Naija fanatic, meaning I watch all the Nollywood films. I see plenty of people getting it on, smooching, holding hands, grinding up on each other. That's never been an issue in Nollywood since I've been tuned in. I'm not saying that, decades ago it wasn't. So my thing is, I believe he's Muslim. Correct me if I'm wrong, right? Usman, at the end of the day, is a Muslim name.
The North has most of the Muslims.
Right. So I believe he meant to say that because of his religion, he's not able to participate with Kimbali and affection in public. But he certainly likes to pick and choose because did we not see him consuming alcohol, champagne?
Yeah, he was doing everything everybody else do.
Including having premarital sex.
Bad Muslim.
So I don't know. What do you think? It was just a front so he doesn't have to be all lovey-dovey with her?
I don't know how he did what he did so far, so I'm just...
Behind doors.
Yeah, I'm just confused at the whole thing.
I low-key think that he says that because in public he just doesn't want to be associated like
he's
that
with his super fan, not his girlfriend. And she's going around telling everybody, we're boyfriend and girlfriend now. How old is she?
50-something.
She sounds like she 12. Like, she is so weird.
Yeah.
So strange.
It's really special. But anyway, so that was his little tidbit there. And then after that, it cuts back to Gino and Jasmine.
Oh, yeah. So now they're at the mom's house.
They are about to go.
They're in the taxi.
But before that, he's getting the card ready. And he bought her some chocolates. Very cheap, by the way, with the little box of chocolates. Did you see the little box of chocolates?
It was so little, I missed it.
If you want this woman to be your future mother-in-law, you couldn't have done a beautiful bouquet of flowers?
He has not learned. She told him countless times what she likes and what she don't like. And he still keeps doing the same thing. See, this is what get guys in trouble. This is why women say we don't listen. Because we be hearing, but we ain't listening.
When you're a man that's trying to date a woman from a different culture and you wish to wife this woman, my advice is ask. What is it that I need to do to honor and respect your culture, given that I am not from the same culture as you, in order to show respect?
Take off your hat.
That's one part.
Wow.
Bring a beautiful bouquet of flowers. How much could that possibly cost in Panama?
You can buy them on the street, just like everywhere.
Right. So $20, I'm sure. I'm assuming not more than that because I can get a beautiful bouquet at Costco for $20 here.
Dude.
So
If I'm in Panama and I'm trying to impress a young lady, and I'm going to her house.
To her mom's house.
I'm going to say, stop at the market, at the grocery store, and I'm going to buy a bag of groceries. I'm going to buy some flowers for the mom and you. I'm going to buy whatever else they like. If they like to drink, I'm going to buy that. That's all you need. It's basically all you need. And be respectful. Mm-hmm. Take off your damn hat when you walk in the door.
Into anyone's home, right?
Yeah, to anyone's home, yeah.
Into anyone's home, so...
This guy. He's so weird.
I'm just trying to figure out, what it is about men who want to date women in other cultures but don't seem to take an interest
They don't, they're not
in the
really...
practices and the...
It's either one or the other, I notice. If they into the culture... They're going to be doing everything. They're going to be speaking the language better than them, dressing like them.
True story.
And then either they I got my exotic woman and I don't know nothing about her culture.
Right. That's Gino.
Yeah.
That's Gino.
And all I want to do is bring her to the States and feed her microwave food. So, so they were in the car. They were having a conversation.
Yeah, they're making their way.
Get in a taxi?
Well, we might as well get to that point.
Oh,
because this episode is dragging, to be honest with you. For me, it's dragging. So let's just wrap up each couple. Let's get to it. Basically, after that, they write out the card, they get into a cab. the next time that we see them, and they're en route. And now Jasmine says, hey, just an FYI, she's very religious, so we will probably have to pray before the meal that she lovingly prepared with her hands, that you are only bringing her a box of chocolates for, but whatever, a small box of chocolates at that. So she may ask you to remove your hat, which is not uncommon, because truthfully, when you enter someone's home, you should be removing the hat. But Jasmine is saying, so when it comes down to the prayer, you'll probably be asked to remove your hat. And he goes into, in the interview portion, he's like, I'm anxious.
Yeah, I want to be myself. Like, he was like, I don't want to do that. It's like, what? This guy, oh man.
He's like, he didn't learn. Even TSA doesn't let you go through with a hat. Like, you don't live in a world, Gino, unfortunately, where it's okay to wear a hat. When you went through the airport, you saw that they got to take it off of you. It's not an option for you to fly even and go through security with it on. So if this little square in the back is meant to give the appearance, the little 5x7, if that's meant to give the appearance that you have a head of hair, you're not fooling anyone, because we see that there are no edges. You have 0 edges. And what I don't understand is why you can't just carry yourself, like hold yourself up high and have a beautiful, bald, clean shaven head. Honestly, I don't get it.
His woman doesn't care. So why is he caring? Like, he's still got a nice looking woman on his side, and he's still tripping out about this weird insecurity ass.
He should be insecure for having the patch. So my solution to that is get rid of the patch, because as a bald man, you're not going to turn any heads. They're like, what is the percentage of men of a particular age that are bald? My guess is over 50%. So. My guess is it's over 50% of the male population in the planet is probably bald. Maybe less. Forgive me, I just took this number arbitrarily. But what I'm saying is, it doesn't stand out. It doesn't make anyone turn a head. What draws attention is this resistance, this anxiety that lives in his head. As Ishe wants to say, that lives in his head. Take it out.
Everything is in his head.
Show it to us. Show us the anxiety that you have, because it's literally in your head. And I'm not trying to, because I'm a person that has also suffered with depression, so I'm not trying to like take the piss, but I am just going to say, from a holistic coaching perspective, you are creating an issue for yourself that is truly self-made. Because you having a bald head is not an issue.
Something's wrong with him. So when they get to the house,
I think that's where it cuts actually for this season. Off. Yeah, so we're going to see.
We got to see that. I definitely got to see what her mom thinks about him. I mean, I'm just like, it's unbelievable that these women can't see how weird these guys are. Like, when they first interact with him, like, you can tell the guys, it's like, he's off. But they it's either the money, I don't know, being with somebody, I don't know why they like risking it all just to be with these people.
Because both Jasmine and Yamana, in a very broad sense, are both attractive women. I mean, Jasmine is obviously very, very attractive. Both of them are low-key acting like they are, I don't like to use the word desperate, but like there are no other options. That's what puzzles me. I understand what Yamana says when she said it's hard to find love. Sure. But you can still find it, you know, and there are better options, I think, than a Gino.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, also, let's not forget what he did. He shared your naked pictures, so I just don't understand how you can rebuild that trust.
Yeah.
He's immature. Anyways, and yeah, whatever. So then now it goes back to Hamza and Memphis, which again are just eating up our time. Now the mother's involved, trying to make peace between the two. But to summarize it, because I just want to wrap this up, because it really does feel like a filler storyline. She supposedly didn't pass her state exams the first time around. She's a nurse practitioner, which is something that she should be very, very proud of. So she didn't pass, big deal, but eventually she did, obviously, because she's practicing now. And that was the reason why she stayed with her ex-husband. I don't see how that's a storyline. Do you?
It's another person. On the opposite end, she's got this man and she don't know nothing about his culture. She don't care to know. She don't want to learn. She don't want to do anything. At least the other women on the prior shows, they at least put on the hijabs they at least, tried to go through the motions, but she
Right.
just, I don't know. And she's starting to treat him like an American.
The only emotion she wanted was bow, chicka, bow,
Oh,
bow.
yeah. She was all
In the
about that motion.
mother's house, when the mother said, no, you will not
Yeah.
sleep together as a married couple in my home under my roof.
Done.
Just disrespectful. Anyway, so that was that. Eventually they kiss and make up. It looks like looks like they made up yet again. Their 15th fight in 7 or 8 days together, but okay. Ben and Mahogany, the parents arrive. The dad is like, the age difference is abysmal.
Yeah.
And
the
I don't-
translation for yeah, it's bad.
And the 3 months, you're telling me that you love my daughter, my 22-year-old daughter, and Ben is caught off guard. You said what? 22?
He thought she was 24.
I'm like, I don't even, outside of the fact that this is just one more lie that we're getting from Mahogany, I don't really see a huge difference between 22 and 24, do you?
Because Ben is the same age as her dad, so he said, I got a daughter that's 22. That ain't gonna stop you. That ain't gonna stop him.
So Ben says, I have a daughter that's 22, and this is Mahogany. Oh, yeah? Well, my dad's 52.
Did she say that?
No, but in my mind.
Yeah, touche.
So this looks like a mess. Ben, you're supposed to be considerably older and wiser. You don't seem to be either. Well, you're older, but you're definitely not wiser because the number of lies at this point have been, because let's be honest, to me, this Mahogany is not even the same girl in the pictures. Different body type, everything. This Mahogany is a very full-figured woman. Her face looks very different. I don't know if it's because of the filters or if it's because she was sending him pictures of her 16-year-old version, the 16-year-old Mahogany.
Yeah.
But this, I just remember seeing a bikini with a very small, teeny tiny waist. This Mahogany is very beautiful. She's a natural woman. I don't take any issue with her weight. She looks healthy. She doesn't need to lose a pound. Let me be clear. I'm just saying that this is not the same woman, face, and body that we saw in the images. With the Airbnb, with her not showing up, it's just lie after lie after lie. And I'm just trying to understand at what point is it going to be enough for Ben to say, I'm just going to cut my losses now. You want to bring this woman home to your family? You expect her to step in as a stepmother to your children?
That's what I'm saying.
When she's their peer?
Hey, perception-wise, he just looks like another sex tourist with this young woman.
So Godspeed to all of you. And then last but not least, Mike and Yamana. Yamana says
my
what we
God.
can already tell by her behavior, which is she no longer loves. If she ever did, she doesn't love Mike. She is
How
grossed
about
out,
she
repulsed,
said you're weird?
which is another way of saying you repulse me.
Yeah.
And I don't wish to be intimate with you. And
She
I don't
said
love
she
you.
don't want to.
She said, I don't love you.
Yeah, go sleep on the other side in that room over there. I mean, this dude, he gonna have to sleep somewhere in his own house that he's paying for.
He has to be uncomfortable in the flat that he's paying for.
He's paying for that house.
What you
He's
get?
paid for the furniture. She like, track doo-doo in my house. You probably got it on now. Every time I look at you, I just think of poop. Because I'm associated. That's what she associates now. Oh, man. So
She should, rather Mike should, now that he has heard it from the horse's mouth, book yourself a flight, go back to New York State, not
But
city, and get on with your life.
I mean, he's still in denial because he thinks there's still a thing. I don't know why she's not doing this for us or she's doing this to us. It ain't no us. She's done with you. Like, she been done.
She got what she could. She overstands now that the ATM is closed. She can't get her boob job, her whatever, her
The
liposuction.
ultimatum, she gave him an ultimatum about either get my surgery done or there's no dress.
That's
Wait a
not
minute,
somebody that
he's
loves
buying a dress too. How you gonna tell?
And
how
he's
you
about
gonna
to
command him what to do?
Right, and then he needs to pay to bring you and your children over, and then he's going to support you guys for however long before you're up and
And
running.
he's got to pay off the loan shark.
And he has to pay off the loan
Because
shark, and he has to pay
once
for the
they move,
K-1
they gonna come
visa.
for the family. So he's
Right.
in it up to here already.
Up to here. And Yamana has made it very clear that this for her was just a transaction.
The cookie jar is closed.
Cookie jar is
Lid
closed.
is tight. You can't open it.
Nope, since the ATM is dried up. So Mike, get going.
She had game, but
She did.
and the PIN number was ATM.
So this episode, all in all, was a hot mess. A lot of fillers. I'm just confused by how any of these people can actually portray to be actual couples. But I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. What do you rate it?
I'm giving it a 5.
I was overly generous
straight
with the
hated
7.
it.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to retract my 7. I'm going to give it a 6. Do better, 90 Day Fiance. On that note, we're going to wrap this up. Until next time, stay free or get free.
Stay decent.
And bye.
Bye.